Hello everybody, welcome to SportSource, your number one source of sports, and today we're going to be talking about Kyrie Irving and if he's going to stay with the Boston Celtics, and we're just going to discuss his future with the Boston Celtics. But before we do that, smash the like button for more NBA news and discussions, and subscribe. Without further ado, let's begin the video. So if you haven't already heard about the Boston situation with Kyrie, so basically in October, he basically verbally re-signed with the Celtics and said they wants to stay there. But then a couple of days ago, news has come out that he doesn't really want to stay. And it was about a month ago, he said that that being a leader is harder than he thought, and that the team is just too young and not experienced enough. So there's kind of lots of drama going on with the Celtics because they're not really reaching expectations. Most people thought they were going to be the first or second seed, and they could still easily make it to the finals, and no one would be really surprised because that's how talented they are. It's just that there's been lots of troubles with their team, with Jason Tatum, Brown, everyone's kind of been struggling a bit, and, most of the blame is put on Kyrie, and he doesn't show the biggest interest of re-signing with the team. So I'm going to put up the interviews on the clip on the screen now.
You guys for having me back. I plan on re-signing here next year.
Why you wanted to remain in Boston, why you said that before the season. Since then, there's been reports about uncertainty surrounding that commitment. Has anything wavered in your mind?
At the end of the day, I'm going to do what I feel is best for my career. And, that's just where it stands. And my focus this season is winning a championship with the Boston Celtics. Obviously we had goals coming into the season, and the primary goal is to win a championship. So that's where my focus is.
Has your mindset shifted, though, in regards to re-signing with Boston, like the announcement?
Ask me July 1st.
But basically, his situation with the Celtics, he might, and these rumors have been sparked, that he might leave. Now, for a couple things, why would he leave his situation in Boston? He's in a really good situation, in my opinion. He has one of the best management, one of the most well-run teams in the NBA, one of the most talented teams, one of the most young teams. Why would he leave that situation? He said that he doesn't owe anybody anything because he said he was going to resign, and he also said that he was looking out for his career. But in my opinion, Boston is one of the best things to do with your career. Where else are you going to go that's going to offer you what they're offering you? They're going to offer you lots of money. You're going to be the star. You're going to hopefully have success, and you're in a big market. A relatively big market. But lots of rumors have been sparked that he's going to go to New York because Kristaps was just traded to the Mavericks. So that frees up 2 max contracts for the Knicks. And in my opinion, are the Knicks really going to sign anybody? They have the cap space, but they're going to have to, with that management, their team, they're not in a good place right now other than cap. So they're going to have to work really hard for Kyrie. And plus, do you even really want Kyrie? Because think of it this way. This team, the New York Knicks, they already have so many point guards. They have Dennis Smith, Frank Ntilikina. I know that he could play the small forward position, but still. Emmanuel Mudiay has been balling out. And then, so there's a logjam at point guard there. And if you're trading for Dennis Smith Jr., who you're trying to kind of build your franchise around, why would you want Kyrie? Now, obviously, every team would want Kyrie, but it's just kind of annoying how lots of teams are rumored to get Kyrie when he's not a really good fit there. But there's teams where he would fit in really well that are small markets that no one's discussing. Like the Pacers, for example. Before Victor Oladipo went out with the injury, I thought that Kyrie Irving would be a really good fit with the Pacers. Oladipo and Kyrie seem like they would be good together. He fits that team. They need that scoring PG. It just seems like it would be perfect. And look at the Utah Jazz. I feel like Mitchell, Kyrie, and Gobert would be a really good big three. And they have a good supporting cast. But no one's talking about those teams because of markets. And markets in the NBA, it's kind of a problem because it's too big of a deal. Because lots of players, there's only like 7 teams you could really discuss when you're talking about free agency. And those are the teams we're going to be talking about today. So the teams basically, everyone talks about when there's a free agent. There's the Knicks, there's the Nets, there's the Lakers, there's the Clippers, and basically the Heat, sometimes the Sixers. Basically big market teams with cap space. And there's teams that have cap space that are better fits. But let's just talk about a couple things. Now, Kyrie Irving, since his future with the Celtics is kind of not really decided, the Celtics there's been some rumors that the Celtics might end up trading Kyrie Irving, and I think that's a terrible idea. Here's why. Kyrie Irving is a top 15 player in the NBA. If you look at my top 10 list, spoiler alert, he's not there, but I had him as an honorable mention because he is in the top 15 players. He just didn't crack my top 10. He is still a very talented player. But, lots of teams could use him, but do you really want to trade him? I mean, Terry Rozier, yes, he did good in the playoffs when Kyrie was out, but do you really want to gamble on Terry Rozier doing good when you have Kyrie? I don't know if you want to do that. Unless it's a trade for Anthony Davis, then I could see it happening, because they can't trade for Anthony Davis right now because of the Rose Rule. And plus, Anthony Davis's dad came out with a statement that he doesn't want his son going to Boston because of what they did to Isaiah Thomas, so that report just came out. So there's just all that, and I don't really think that's smart to trade him. Well, what are you really what do you really value him at? Because are teams really going to trade for him if they don't know if he's going to re-sign? It's a big gamble, and having Kyrie for basically the rest of the regular season and the playoffs, that's a big gamble, and I don't really know if you want to do that if you're the Celtics. If I'm the Celtics right now, I'm trying to get Kyrie to stay. I'm doing everything in my power to try to get Kyrie to stay. So that's looking at the buyout market for one. The Knicks just acquired Wesley Matthews and DeAndre Jordan, so they might be bought out. So maybe look into that. Just look into the buyout market. Look into the trade market, but don't trade your big stars. They have a couple of picks and assets, but I know that they're trying to stockpile those for Anthony Davis. But if you really want to be risky and you really want Kyrie to re-sign and you really want to chase that championship, then you trade those picks. Is it the smartest move? I don't know. But don't trade Kyrie. Help Kyrie stay. Convince him to stay with the team, because he verbally, he wants to be there for the most part. You just got to show him why he should stay. So, I talked about the trade. Now, free agency. Where would he go in free agency? Now, there's not a lot of teams with lots of cap next year, but there are two big market teams in particular with lots of cap. The first one being the Knicks, which I already discussed. I've actually made 2 videos about Kyrie Irving going to the Knicks, because, well, the Knicks are always in the middle of it all. They always have lots of cap, and they're young. So, the first one was when Kyrie Irving was in Cleveland, and there were trade rumors. I say he should go to the Knicks to pair up with KP. And then the second one was when Jimmy Butler said he wanted out. I said that Kyrie and Jimmy Butler should team up in New York with KP. But now that KP's gone, who really wants to go to the Knicks? That's why this trade, the Kristaps trade, I know I'm getting a little bit off topic, but that's why the Kristaps trade is so weird, because Kristaps was the main piece of luring in free agents. If you're a free agent, would you rather go to the Knicks with no KP or go to the Knicks with KP and try to convince another star? I don't know if they're going to get 2 stars going there, but that's just me. But free agency, yes, Kyrie could go to the Knicks, but is that the smartest move for his career? I don't really know. The Clippers also have cap space, but they're already chasing Durant. They're chasing Kawhi Leonard. They're chasing DeMarcus Cousins. And plus, they have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander at that point guard spot, who's a really young point guard, and he's really, really good. I'm a really big fan of him. But there's some other teams in the mix, like Brooklyn, but they have D'Angelo Russell, who's been balling out. Now, he is a free agent after this season in RFA, but a restricted free agent. But I would want to re-sign D'Angelo and not get Kyrie, because that team that the Nets have right there, they're really good, and the point guard isn't their main need of interest because they have Dinwiddie and D'Lo. But the Lakers are the main team everyone's talking about. And I'm not the biggest fan of everyone in the NBA saying that everyone should go to the Lakers. Think of NBA players. Think of literally any NBA player. And there's like a 50% chance that they've been linked to the Lakers. Any star. Think about it. Kevin Love, Kyrie, Kawhi Leonard, Klay Thompson, Damian Lillard. There's way more. DeMarcus Cousins, Kevin Durant, Paul George. The list goes on and on and on. But this one does make sense, and this may be a little bit biased on my part, because Kyrie Irving is my favorite player in the NBA, and the Lakers are my favorite team in the NBA. So if you put my favorite player on my favorite team, bam, because I started becoming a basketball fan because of Kyrie and LeBron. That duo was sick, and it'd be amazing to see them reunite. But is it possible? I don't know, because LeBron, he's probably trying to get Kyrie back, because that phone call, most of the stuff in that phone call that Kyrie and LeBron had, the famous phone call, we don't know exactly what they said. So maybe they're trying to get Davis and Kyrie to team up. I don't know. Maybe it's just the media overreacting, but there's not really that many other scenarios I could see Kyrie going to. If I'm Kyrie and I'm looking at all the scenarios on the table, yeah, if he's looking out for himself, the Lakers might be the one, because he's done his phase. He tried to be a leader on the Celtics, and if it doesn't work out for him, then going back with LeBron and possibly Anthony Davis, that might be the move that he wants to do. Now, yes, people would probably call him a snake and all that, and they already did call him a snake when he went to the Celtics, but I don't know. I feel like Kyrie, he's got a lot on his plate right now. He's got a lot to consider. There's not a lot of teams, though, that have a legitimate chance of signing him. Now, he could go to, like, the Sixers, I've heard been rumored, but then Ben Simmons would kind of be pushed out. But Jimmy Butler and Kyrie, they've said how they've wanted to team up. Kyrie's looking out for himself. The Sixers are going to have cap space, but I think that they should worry about re-signing Jimmy instead of doing that. But, I mean, Jimmy and Kyrie could still try to team up, but I don't know if it's as likely. I mean, Jimmy Butler, he's just a wild card. No one knows where he's going to go, if he's going to resign, where he's going to go. But realistically, I think that the Celtics shouldn't trade Kyrie. And I think that Kyrie should carefully decide his options. And I think he should either go to the Lakers or re-sign with the Celtics. Not on a big term, maybe a couple of years. I mean, but he's got a lot on his plate right now. But I'm just excited to see what happens. But what do you guys think of the whole scenario? Let me know down in the comment section below. And subscribe for more NBA news and discussions. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and goodbye.